Welcome to the RJI Futures Lab, where we help you make your organization more innovative. I'm Ruben Stern. This week, tools for creating animated GIF files and how news is being shared in a messaging app called Viber. Animated GIF files have become a standard element in online visuals, and several tools have emerged to make it easier to create them. The Futures Lab's Katie Mersman tested out several options to figure out which work best.
When it comes to making GIFs, Photoshop has been the standard. It allows you to import either video or still image files and create GIFs. But there are some downsides. Photoshop isn't cheap, and the GIF making process isn't entirely simple. If you already know how to do it, the following apps may not offer much. But for simpler GIF making, there are options both on the desktop and mobile. Giffer is very easy to use, but somewhat limited. You can copy and paste a link to a YouTube video and then set the beginning and end of the clip. And that's it. You've got a GIF with a URL to link to it. This comes with some downsides though. Giffer doesn't allow much tinkering with the length or frame rate of the file, so you can end up with a jerky, compressed GIF. Additionally, there's no way to resize your GIF. It also ends up housed on Giphy's site, accessible by URL, with either a provided embed code or the ability to download from the site. GIF Grabber is a desktop app that's almost as simple to use as Giffer, but comes with many of the same restrictions. It works by placing the recording frame over a video, either from online or playing on the desktop. Hit play on the video and the GIF is recorded. You can resize it, reclip the start and end times, and either download it to your hard drive or create a URL to house it. A few apps allow for more customization as well. GIF Brewery costs $4.99 on the App Store. Like the previous two, GIF Brewery only works with videos, but it allows you to resize and crop videos, choose start and end times, customize the GIF frame rate, and add and modify text. It also gives you the chance to preview your GIF before you save it. At the end, the file is saved to your hard drive. PicGIF is the most like Photoshop in that it allows you to work from either photos or videos. It's not free either. PicGIF also offers a number of customization options, including filters to colorize or change the image and to add text over the file. However, it only allows you to resize to preset aspect ratios, sometimes cropping the image oddly. GiphyCam enables you to make GIFs on an iPhone or Android. The downside? It requires you to film the footage in the app, either as a video file or using burst mode images. GiphyCam offers filters like Instagram and clip art that can be overlaid on the image. GiphyCam also lets you save the GIF to your phone's camera roll, as well as share it out directly to social media. Of these options, we found GIF Brewery offers the most useful customization for reporting. However, for making GIFs out of still images, PicGIF works really well. For quick GIF making, Giffer and GIF Grabber are very simple. And for a reporter working in the field to make a quick social media post, GiphyCam is a great mobile option. For the Futures Lab, this is Katie Mersman.
GIF files have been incorporated into news and event coverage in a variety of ways. Along with this video, you'll find some examples from outlets including BuzzFeed, Mashable, and the Huffington Post. You'll also find more information about the apps we tried. Viber is primarily a free messaging and voice calling app, but its public chat function is now being used by news organizations like the Huffington Post to connect with audiences in a different way. We took a look at how it works.
Public chats within Viber allow viewers to follow along with content producers as they work to fine-tune their content. At least that's how the Huffington Post is using the platform.
So we have two channels. There's one for international and then one for entertainment. And the entertainment channel, we post usually just like pictures of the day, or the other day we posted about Game of Thrones and talked about it for a while.
With Viber's larger international audience, the Huffington Post created an international channel to provide harder news to complement their softer news entertainment channel. Editors from around the world collaborate on the international public chat to provide social commentary and a unique look at the Huffington Post.
It's sort of like a behind-the-scenes view, and it's so much more casual than Twitter or our personal Twitter accounts, that it is kind of fun. It's less about the traffic and more about interacting personally with an audience, kind of giving them a look at what we're talking about in our newsroom.
To get to the conversation, a user opens the app and taps on the public section in the tab bar at the bottom. From there, the user can subscribe to any public chat.
Viber just updates the chat as it goes, and you can, as a user, I can click back in and go back through and read everything that happened during the day. I don't have to get a notification every time.
The Huffington Post is not the only news organization working on growing their Viber presence.
A lot of people are already on it. Mashable's on it. They have 10,000 followers. BuzzFeed's been on it for a really long time. It's really interesting to look at different strategies because BuzzFeed will just post comics. They post like 3 comics a day and that's it. And they have 120,000 followers, so obviously it's kind of working. And we use ours more as a conversation, but as it grows, I feel like it would be a really good resource for people looking for breaking news. Just because Twitter is great, but there's also so much noise on Twitter that it's hard to follow sometimes, especially if you're jumping in the middle. But on Viber, you really can't contribute unless you're involved in the conversation.
Viber Public Chat is still in beta testing. There's also a desktop version of the app for Mac and PC. For the Futures Lab, this is Andrew Hebert.
And that's it for this report from the RJI Futures Lab. I'm Ruben Stern. We'll see you in the future.